Hey guys, welcome to the first edition of Q&A with Trev and Presh. So today we're taking in some questions from our fans on Facebook and we're going to be giving you some of the tough answers that you've been looking for. Let's go! So the first question is from J. Rani Govender and she asks, does your flat have underfloor heaters during the cold winter?
The answer is no. We currently do not have any heaters. We live in Shenzhen, so it's not that cold, and we have more of a summer than a winter. Most of the year is really hot.
Yeah, we did actually have a heater previously, but it really wasn't effective, so we sent it back. Actually threw it out of this place.
We currently have a Sheepa blanket. It's a woolly blanket, and we also have 2 duvets. That is it. We just try to keep warm with our clothes.
So no heating whatsoever. We freeze to death.
Most of the time.
Okay, so the next question is from Larisha Kizia Pillay and she asks, what has been the most difficult thing since coming to China and how have we gotten through it? So for me, the most difficult thing I think was dealing with illness. I get the cold and flu really easily, and I've got it about 7 to 8 times as mentioned in my previous videos, and it's really tough to keep getting sick like every 2 months, even 2 weeks, and no matter how much I tried, I kept getting sick. So the way I got through it was changing my diet, eating more healthy, and having my special lemon and ginger juice.
The most difficult thing for me was the fact that my granddad was diagnosed with cancer a few months back. What got me through it is that I just had to leave China and just go and be with my family. It's something you cannot get through, I think. Missing your family is what's going to happen every single day.
Yeah, I agree. So a fellow YouTuber from South Africa, Terelo Mputle, has sent in a question and she asks, things you love in China that we don't have back home and vice versa. So what do you think?
What I love about China is the cheap public transport and the subways. It's awesome to use the subways and buses. By the way, all buses in Shenzhen are electric, so they don't use any fuel. It's a 100% electric bus city, which is so great.
It's eco-friendly, right?
Yeah, eco-friendly.
The thing for me that I really like about China is the security. Back home, you can't walk out at 12 or 1 a.m. in the morning without getting mugged or worrying about you getting hijacked, whatever, right? But here you can walk out really freely and it's really safe. Nobody will interfere with you. So I like the safety aspect about it.
Yeah, you can leave your cell phone in McDonald's or in the subway and you'll still be able to get it back. I mean, nobody will touch it, or if they do, they'll give it to a manager or something like that.
Yes.
It's really safe.
So Terelo's a really good YouTuber and she's just starting up and she's teaching also in South Korea, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, cool.
So if you have time, check out her channel. She's really good. So the next question is from Kuben Chetty and he asks, what Chinese food do you like and what Chinese food do you hate in China?
Okay, my favorite Chinese food is actually hot pots. I really love hot pots. And I love baozi, which is steamed bread. Specifically, Nayo baozi, custard steamed bread. I dislike Sichuan pepper. It's really awful and we've had it a few times in our hot pots.
Yeah. Okay, so the thing that I really like also is hot pot. I love eating beef hot pot that's really spicy. So that's my favorite Chinese dish to eat. Spicy beef hot pot. And the thing that I dislike the most is maybe food from the school cafeteria. The food that they serve at the school cafeteria is disgusting. Even the kids don't like it, so I dislike that. I hate that food. I hate it. And also some of the times when you hit a flop when you're cooking, I dislike that.
Okay, next question. Let's move on.
So Camille Chetty asks, how do you go about finding a job in China? So the first step, I think, Camille, is to get your documents sorted out. I did a video previously about the process of how to go about getting a job in China. First, you need your documents. You need your police clearance, your degree to be notarized and authenticated, and also your certificate, your teaching certificate. So once you have all of that, you can start to apply for jobs. When you reach that stage, you can either go through a recruitment agency where they will guide you through the process, or sign directly with the school in China. So those are the two ways you can go about it. Let's go to the next question. So Keegan Govender asks, how many hangovers have you had? Presh, how many hangovers have you had?
I haven't actually had one.
Never before?
The other day I said one, but I've never had an hangover before actually.
An hangover.
A hangover.
It's a hangover. Okay, so I've only had 2 hangovers, really bad hangovers in my lifetime. The first time was at my cousin's husband Kribben's 40th birthday party. I was drinking gin and dry lemon. It was actually Kuban Chetty who asked the previous question, who was pouring me the gin and dry lemon. So he kept pouring the best gin and dry lemon ever, and by the end of the night I was doing cartwheels. The second time was at my cousin's wedding last year. So when we went back home, we went for her wedding, and there I was drinking pure Jägermeister shots. And
thanks, Keegan.
And also rose gin is the best thing ever. Rose gin. If I ever have that again, I think I might drink it. The day after that, it was terrible. Not just my head was sore, everything was sore, my chest, my legs. I don't know what was happening. How was it to take care of me?
It was crazy. We kept throwing up. We went in the wrong direction. Just a mess of a night.
Thanks for your wonderful feedback. So the first...
And...
Let me speak. I'm going to put all this on the video. Sit relaxed. When you're talking, what are they rubbing? I'm rubbing. I'm rubbing the table. I'm rubbing my leg. I sit quietly. I listen to you. I listen what you have to say. Why can't you afford me the same respect that I give you?
You just cause issues out of nothing.
You cause issues.
You
cause issues. I'm gonna put all of this on the thing. I'll put all of this here, extras of us fighting. So our next question is from Shanice Naidu, and she asks, how much money can you save in a month as a teacher, right? Well, it depends on your lifestyle. If you like to live a really extravagant lifestyle, eat out at fancy places, go out a lot, buy clothes, buy expensive things, then you may not save a lot of money. But if you tend to stay in a lot and conserve your money, I think you'll be able to save a lot more. For example, we eat out maybe 3 times a week, and that's really little compared to the other people who eat out almost every day. So every day we cook lunch and we cook supper. So that helps us to save a lot of money. I think buying groceries is really important, and spending money on food is something that's essential. So we don't feel so bad to do that.
China is not as cheap as you think it is. We pay almost 220 Rand per movie ticket. Yeah, so that's just an example, but certain things can be really high priced. So you just have to spend and save wisely.
So the answer to the question is, if you live an extravagant life and you go out a lot, spend a lot of money, you will not save as much. But if you conserve your money and spend wisely, then you can save almost 85% of your salary in your income. Yeah. The next question is by Brandon Anstey, very good friend of mine. And he asks, is the rumors of Bleach anime true that they are going to start airing again? Now, in terms of Bleach, I know it ended a while back, right? The anime, but they continued with the manga. I don't think they're going to be starting with the anime again, but I do know that they have a live action Bleach movie that's coming out. I think Warner Brothers is making it, if I'm not mistaken. I've seen a trailer of it. I don't think it's true about the rumors of anime returning. I remember the creator of the writer of the Bleach story, he was having some kind of personal issue also, so that's why they stopped it, I think. So let's continue. So the next question is by Kirti Nepal. I hope I'm saying your name right. I always get this name Nepal. It's Nepal. She says Nepal, right? She's a very good actress, up and coming actress in Durban. So hopefully she can do really well, right? She asks, what are the differences between American hip-hop and Korean hip-hop, and which do you prefer personally? So the differences between American hip-hop and Korean hip-hop, I think, are quite distinct. Recently, with mumble rappers like Lil Pump, Tekashi 69, these mumble rappers,
Crayons in my drawers, your girl on my phone. She wanna fuck but keep her clothes on. I only want the joke. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Spread their racks on new chain. My bitch love do cocaine. Ooh.
I think recently it's more based on their flow, their rhythm, and their catchy rhymes. Whereas with Korean hip-hop, it's more based on their personality. The personalities in the groups are like larger than life.
Bang, bang, bang. 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 Bang, bang, bang.
They're really colorful, they have a lot of charisma, and they mix a lot of the EDM elements with their hip-hop. So you might find a hip-hop song with a lot of EDM, electro dance music. So that's the differences, I think. Personally, I prefer American hip-hop.
Really?
Yeah, I like American hip-hop more, but classic American hip-hop like Tupac, Biggie, I like Lil Wayne, Eminem, even Redman, Method Man. Classic hip-hop, you know, classic hip-hop. I really love those type of hip-hop artists. And even Outkast, yeah. So I think I grew up with American hip-hop in my household. So I think that's why I pick American hip-hop.
But I don't want to love you,
Love
so
me?
no,
Love me?
no,
You want buff?
no. I'm not doing it.
You want buff?
No.
Uncle?
I'm tired. I'm going to go bath and sleep now.
You want buff? Uncle?
Here's a kiss.
I'm gonna put that in the video. So Vernon Govender asks, how many times have you made a mistake and had to reshoot? This is a very funny story because Preshni, for a Chinese apartment video, she was supposed to be the original host, and what happened? What happened?
There you go. I'm a bit of an awkward person, and in front of the camera I'm a bit more awkward, and basically I got really robotic and I could not do the apartment video. You might notice that behind me I have a rack. It's pretty... Can I go?
Yeah, we did over, I think, 50 takes, and it was coming down to divorce, right?
I hate that word.
Divorce?
Yeah, how can you use it
You have
so
something
like...
in your nose.
Well, you have something all over your face.
Anyway, we did, I think, the reshoot maybe twice. The whole reshoot we did it, I think, how many times?
3 times.
Actually, 3 times, yeah. So 3 times.
Not
Time.
my fault.
It is her fault because she can't do a simple tour of the house video.
Yeah, but his lighting wasn't great, and then the sound wasn't great, and then this wasn't great, and that wasn't great. And then after like 50 takes, I mean, I'm doing it over and over and over again, it began to sound robotic. Come on, do you feel me?
I'm gonna feel you tonight. So our next question is by Sancha Abrahams, and she asks, do you do any meat-free days? And if so, what vegetables do we eat? Yeah, so.
Okay, so China has a wide range of veggies. You actually won't see this back home. Here, there's a wider range than we have back home. So we don't really eat that much veggies because We are scared and paranoid because we hear a lot of different stories.
About pesticides and chemicals that they use on vegetables. So we don't really have meat-free days, right? If we do have meat-free days, we'll have like something like sugar beans and a roti or rice, or maybe even potato, right? Yeah, so we'll have something like that, but not often. Most of the time we just have meat and maybe a little bit of veg on the side. Yeah, so balanced meals.
It's really balanced meals, but we just don't specifically say that we're going to have veg on one day.
Yeah,
So
fasting, right?
yeah.
So the final question is by OG Two Scoops. He's a very popular comedian in Durban and Johannesburg. I've seen him on Facebook. He's really, really good. But people get a little bit angry at him because he says some outrageous stuff.
And you love that, don't you?
Yes, I love that.
Some of these mother-in-laws must stop bragging about their sons, because I hear stories. I've seen it. You can't tell me shit. I've actually heard people talk about their sons, and their sons are such gods. You know what I mean? And you must see how their sons treat their girlfriend. I don't blame some of the girls. They leave their boyfriends because their boyfriend treat them like shit. Earning 10 grand a month, 3 grand go for alcohol, 2 grand go for petrol, 5 grand go for car. That's the mentality. What is that exact?
OG Two Scoops asks, there's 1.2 million Indians in South Africa. How do you cope with knowing that there's more hot Chinese girls in China than the entire population of Charos in South Africa?
Can I start?
Yeah?
Okay.
You don't touch the mic.
Sorry. First of all, there's more men in China than women. Okay, so men are overpopulated here and they're always looking for girls, which also means that Chinese girls get treated really differently than Western girls or Indian girls for that matter, because they are practically swept off their feet from the first date.
What do you mean?
What do I mean?
Yeah?
You know, you watch these videos of people like asking others out on dates or proposals or stuff like that. They expect to have everything paid for. They want guys with cars and apartments, and their weddings must be paid for fully with the most outrageous, most extravagant things ever, you know?
I know. I don't know.
In reality.
But that's not the question. The question is, how do you cope knowing that there's more hot Chinese girls in China than the entire population of Charos in South Africa? That's the question. You did not answer the question.
I don't have to cope with it.
I can cope very well with it. I really like it. No!
I'm done.
Don't. I'm just joking.
You haven't met me yet.
You haven't met me yet. I'm gonna put this on the thing there. You can show your true colors, your mouth.
Oh, say whatever you want to say.
How do I cope?
Yeah.
Well, me being married, there's not much that I can do. But I can say that Chinese girls really like me. Yeah, they really think I'm cool.
You're an asshole. That's what you are.
So Chinese girls really think I'm cool because I'm like an exotic fruit, right? Is that what you call it?
I said that you.
You said I'm an exotic fruit.
I said that for me.
I'm the exotic fruit.
I said that for me.
I'm the exotic
I'm
fruit.
the exotic fruit.
What fruit? You jackfruit.
Then you're a durian fruit. How's that?
Yeah, you got a pop-out head.
Thank you for this question. This guy,
OG Two Scoops. Okay, so OG Two Scoops has a comedy tour going on, and it's on the 29th of June at the Durban Jewish Club. So it's called Straight Off the Streets of Durban. So if you're in the area around then, go check out the show. It'll be really, really cool. It's unfiltered, uncensored, one of the best comedy shows I think that you'll see in a long time. So he says it like it is. OG Two Scoops. Thank you for the question.
Thank you so much for you guys who helped us grow this channel. We really appreciate it.
Okay, don't forget to follow us on all of the social medias that we have. You can catch Presh on Instagram, Facebook, and I have a fan page now, so follow my fan page. I'm going to start publishing some videos on Facebook, making some cool music themed videos, etc. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you next time. Too sweet.